Welcome to the Plead the Fifth podcast, recorded in the Bullhucker studio.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast, recorded here at Bullhucker Studio in the bowels of the Brush Emporium. In this episode, we have two of the owners of the Brush Emporium with us today, Dana and Gilbert, come and answer questions, 12 apiece, about life, love, and everything in between. If you like what you see today, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Go ahead and click that. It's a small click for you, but a big click for us. Now time for the podcast. So anyway, what is Jelly Ball? I saw you guys had that on your Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like paintball.
Right.
For wussies.
So here's the deal. We already discussed this, but the camera decided not to work, so we're reenacting our previous conversation.
So Riley and Travis have this jelly ball court at the back of his shop.
Right.
And it's basically, they've turned this big garage. They've got like things to hide behind and strobe lights, and you get little guns with the little orby things in them, and try to, shoot each other. And so they have a big tent, so they can do outdoor events. So they've done it like at the park, and so they're going to do it in our...
Oktoberfest was real big for them.
They did it at Oktoberfest.
Yep, out here.
That's cool.
So yeah, we're going to put it in our back parking lot and for our
anniversary.
2-year anniversary.
Oh, very
day.
nice.
It'll be fun.
How many guns are there at once? How many people can play this at once?
I think they've got 16, so you can do two teams of 8. I don't know if they do that many, but that tent's pretty good size. But you get too many.
4 is pretty.
You get
good,
when you're running
because you try to get each other's. You got to have somebody like guarding your flag or whatever it is,
nice.
and then try to take out the other teams.
It's fun, and I mean, and the kids started doing the orbits or Orby guns, whatever, in the backyard.
Yeah,
they'd put blindfolds on, and then they would just listen for sounds and start shooting for the sound.
That's safe. That's safe.
Well, my grandson would not let his auntie play without him, so he was 3.
Right.
And he was absolutely, it did not hurt him at all. And it was, and I mean, these things are just water pellets, basically.
Right,
They're just super soft, and they explode once, and I mean, they just disintegrate. And so, and it's fun. It's just, they make you sign a waiver just like anybody else would.
Of course.
But, they make you wear a mask, so your face is protected, your eyes are protected. So,
right.
Yeah.
I got to drive for the Richard Petty Driving School in Vegas, NASCAR. I won that with Budweiser. I'd laugh because you say sign a waiver. I had to sign a waiver that was so extensive. If lightning would have hit me, it was my fault. That was on me.
Not today, God.
Yeah. If a homeless person would have assaulted me while driving, that's on you, Larry. Sign here. I almost didn't do it. I was like, is that for real? Like, no, I'm good. But then I'm like, I've been drinking all weekend. What's the difference? So,
yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys ready to answer some questions?
Sure.
All right, we got 12 of them here. So, all right, Gilbert, you want to start with you?
Okay.
Of course we do.
Oh.
If you guys want to skip one, just let me know. That's the Plead the Fifth part of this. All right.
All right.
All right, we're going to start at the very end. That's what you guys rolled to 12. So, Gilbert.
Yes.
What is something you had to fight hard for in life?
Yeah, we actually were just talking about that. Well, and so growing up in our culture, I mean, there's challenges, I guess everybody has, but I don't think there's anything that just came easy. I had to fight for kind of everything. I mean, sometimes we're fighting for food. Sometimes we're fighting for our electric bill or our house, and then sometimes those were fine, and other things. I mean, you're fighting to keep a job, or there's just so many things. So for me, I think there wasn't one specific thing. I think I just never had that. That silver spoon as per se. I just kind of had to put some elbow grease on about everything I've done just to make it work. It wasn't just, here you go.
It's life in general.
Yeah. So for me, that's kind of where I was at. I mean, I didn't want it to be, a cliche, but honestly, that's, I got sick a few years ago, and one of the things that I always thought was like I had pretty good healthy hair. Yeah. And I got sick and started losing my hair. Yeah. And I'm like, holy crap. So the one thing I thought I had, no, I don't. So
one thing you didn't have to fight for.
Now I got to fight for my hair.
Gilbert, I'd kill other human beings for that hairline of yours. Okay, I'd love to have the hair you have.
Well, it was the craziest thing because his head looked like like a little a baby doll with all the little plugs in the head. It was really crazy.
It was coming out and just
Oh,
And
really?
From the shock of my system just,
Right.
and
Right.
It grew back. Yeah,
Hey.
it was crazy.
And bald is beautiful, by the way.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I'm shaving my shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that's-
yeah, to each their own.
When I
Right?
was 22, I made peace with that fact. I'm like, I am losing this fight.
Yeah,
I am losing this fight.
I understand.
I made fun of my buddy Ace in high school for going bald. You know what I mean? And that's Mother Nature did karma. Karma. So yeah, at 22, I started shaving my head. So all right, Dana, what is something you had to fight hard in life for?
Mine's a little deeper than that. I don't know. The first thing that came to my mind was my credit, but
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I fought really hard to have self-confidence in my life.
Really?
Like, I was very insecure as a child. My mom, teachers, my mom, and she always told me, it doesn't matter how good you think you are, there's always somebody better,
Wow.
And so I just went through my life assuming that I wasn't any good at anything. Nobody liked me. Nobody knew who I was. And there was a teacher, even when I was in second grade, that told my mom, she really shouldn't try very hard because she's a girl,
Wow.
And so I just went through, even in high school, I never wanted to stand out. I didn't do good on anything because I didn't want to stand out on anything.
Right.
And then I realized, and even today, I'll see somebody that I recognize, I assume they don't remember me, and I have to get that out of my head, and just, and at this point, I just have to pretend like I know everybody because
Because you're the mayor of our town, by the way.
it's going to come back to me. But yeah, I had zero self-confidence, and I've really worked hard to just kind of believe in myself and have a little faith that, I'm not as bad as my mom told me I was.
That's
No, she's
moms.
no, she's she wasn't that bad.
She
but
didn't mean something by it. She
she just didn't want me to get too cocky. I guess I don't know.
Maybe she knew you were gonna be awesome and try to keep a lid on you.
Yeah, let's temper this down. Yeah,
She
no.
thought you'd become a supervillain or something. Dana, so
Yeah.
we're gonna nip this shit in the bud. I'll be damned if my
Yeah.
Dana is gonna be blowing shit
It's not
up.
going to be anything. I went to go visit my mom. She's in a memory care unit now, and I walked in, and my sister's there with her every day.
Yeah.
And one of the nurses that was there, I walked in, and she goes, your mom always tells me I have two daughters. One's the mayor, and the other's Kara.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
okay.
At least she remembers. At least
She remembers that, unless she sees me, and she's like, who are you? Why are you here? But, yeah.
I'm the mayor. I'm the important one. You know?
But then I feel bad because she says, "Where's Dana? Oh, Dana's busy." She doesn't.
Dana, you are busy. You're part of everything in this town. You on every board, every committee.
I should really visit my mother more often.
Yeah. I don't know. She did you dirty as a child.
I
so,
know.
mean,
she gave me zero self-confidence.
She gets what
so
she
it's
gets.
Kind of on her.
She don't remember.
That's a great answer,
Yeah.
Dana. That's a great answer. That's the first time that's answer that question's been on this podcast. So
Oh.
he'll be on the next 11 of them. So.
Okay.
All right. Dana, we're going to stay with you. Dana,
Okay.
if you could time travel to witness any moment in history, what would it be?
This was. I didn't go to my mind first went to when my grandpa was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my grandfather used to tell me the coolest stories of when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he's got this story about, he was really into chemistry. And so he talks about when he and his buddies, and I think it was either in Gering, Nebraska, he grew up kind of Gering and Scottsbluff area. And he talks about there was like this, and I've envisioned like Little House on the Prairie
Yeah.
people times, like there was this barn dance, and all the townspeople were in this barn, and he and his buddies took a goat and sprinkled something on its ass that burned it really bad, and just put this goat loose in this dance and just stood there and watched. I'm like, if I could go back and watch my grandpa do that, I think that would be pretty awesome.
When he's a young man, probably has a beer in his hand, laughing hysterically at people's pain.
I'm like, he was a character. But yeah, if I could go back and see some of the stuff that he tells me he did, that's where I would want to go.
I got to tell you, Dana, this is the last episode this question will appear on. It's went through the whole route. You're the first person that's had a personal memory they go back and see.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the popular answer was after I hear Gilbert. So, Gilbert, if you could time travel to witness any moment in history, what would it be?
So this one actually took me a little bit of time to think about, because I mean, it's. I don't want to say it would have been easy, but if you think about like, okay, so let's the abolishment of slavery and so there's a lot of factors. I mean, and that's just a small but for me personally, love history, and so if I could go back, it would go back to the time like maybe after the Revolutionary War, but during the period when they're drafting the Declaration of Independence.
Yep.
And to sit in a room full of I don't know the guys, obviously. I mean, history tells us that some of them are this, some of them that. That's everybody in history. There's always that. But to sit in this room and these guys making up this thing from 200 years ago plus, and sitting here and trying to project and predict, and keep everybody safe and whatnot from, tyranny and whatnot. And so if I wasn't a history buff, that would be that would be an easy wash. But since I am, that was like, I think I would want to be in those rooms when those guys are sitting there talking about it, and who's going to object to the Second Amendment, who's what, I bet you there was nobody that objected. I mean, they all wanted it because it protected your rights back then. What I mean? So anyway,
I gotta be honest though, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing that they were able to.
Yeah.
See, that was one of my answers. I had to give them 2 answers in this podcast because every episode, right? But I'd go back for the reason just to see the temperature of the people there. Like, do you know what an impact this is going to be? Do you know how big this is going to be? People are going to die over this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and the discussion, it's like, so we know somebody's going to die to carry this out, but they're willing to, and they some of them did, and they knew, but John Hancock, just for instance, when they're signing, the elation, you could have seen in that room when they're actually signing it. I mean, Trump, we all see Trump now, and I didn't want to go into politics, but he's signing so many things, it's just like you can't keep up.
Yeah.
This was critically important. I mean, it made lasting effects to people for hundreds of years.
Right.
I mean, and it's still withstanding. I mean, it's. Yeah, so for me, I think that's hands down mine.
I like that answer because we're not getting into politics, but I will say every president's done something that the Constitution, they had stopped it. You know what I mean? Because they were trying to do something, not so much on the board, but in the Constitution. There was an amendment there that said, sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of guys from 200 years ago said, nay, my friend, nay. So great answers, both of you. But the number one answer, I think, so far has been the pyramids.
Oh.
People want to go back to see how they were built.
That would be brilliantly interesting.
And
Jesus was I saw people say Jesus.
The resurrection or the crucifixion. Yeah, all that. So.
And I honestly thought about that. And then I thought, I don't know, when he was here, the world was in turmoil. And I mean, not like it wasn't back then, but I'm like, I'd rather... Yeah, I didn't want to go that far back.
Sure. I lost a pair of really nice sunglasses, so that was my answer. I'd go back and see where the hell I put them. That's, I don't give a shit about the history. I don't want to buy these sunglasses again. You know what I mean? So that's my answer. Okay. Next question. Gilbert, we're going to stick with you, man.
Okay.
What is one piece of fashion that has went out of style that you wish would make a comeback?
Oh, my God. So this is so hard because I'm not a fashion guy, clearly.
Okay.
Drink bourbon.
Wisdom comes out. I'm with you. T-shirt and jean guy. I'm with you.
So for me, it's the I call it the baseball shirt.
Oh yeah.
I used to love those.
The colored sleeves and they come down like to your forearm.
Yep, I still have one.
Yeah.
But I wear it and I look like a dork. So I don't.
Who cares?
I know.
Who cares?
But it was like these things were so popular. I mean, 80s obviously. So I kind of wish those would come back, and then I could wear mine and look cool again. And
they weren't just sports, man. A lot of like concert T-shirts that came in that damn
exactly.
thing.
Yeah. So when I threw away my concert bag, I won and there was 40 shirts. And you bought a shirt every concert. And I had probably 15 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like,
You know what's funny is your kids would probably like those shirts nowadays.
Yeah.
All your kids. You know,
Yeah.
they love
Yep.
them. Every time I see your daughter, she's wearing a Nirvana shirt. And I'm like, tell me a song, Riley.
I
Give me
do
a
know
song.
who
She's
this
like, it's smells like. I'm like, God, you're so close.
Yeah.
You're so close right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
That's
Dana,
funny.
you already gave me your answers earlier, but I'm going to ask you. Dana, what is one piece of fashion that's went out of style that you wish would make a comeback?
I already gave you an answer.
I told you this
Oh.
when I first started this. You gave me an answer like that.
I don't remember what that was. I slipped since then, but this might be it because I don't remember. But I'm an '80s child, so I used to. My favorite thing when I was in high school was these big old shaker sweaters,
Oh, no. Okay.
and it was a
yeah, I remember them.
shaker sweater. And if I was really tan, I'd turn around and wear it backwards. But you had like a
I don't know what a shaker sweater is, I guess.
just a sweater.
They're
They're just a basic sweater.
But they're
And-
big and they've got a big
yeah.
opening in the back.
Well, yeah, it was a
Or in the
V-neck, so I'd
front.
wear a tank top under it. I don't know, and my button-up Levi's,
Okay.
but yeah, what did I tell you before?
Leg warmers.
Leg
you shot
warmers.
the leg warmers
Yeah.
at me instantly.
Yeah,
Leg
that
warmers.
was in my head. Yep,
I
was
originally
thinking,
thought
I
parachute
probably wore
pants,
leg
so-
warmers with my shaker sweater.
Right.
So yeah.
There's a lot of country kids that have done this podcast. So Rocky's jeans, I think, is
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the biggest
I used to
answers.
have those. I love
Yeah.
those.
Every woman should have owned a pair of Rocky
yeah.
jeans.
Yep.
They were okay in my book.
my Rocky jeans and my Justin boots. And,
Yeah,
yep.
yep. You can tell you
That
from a
was
small
more
town.
90s. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Dana, we're going to stick with you. Dana, what's a movie everyone loves that you can't stand?
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, for shame, Mayor.
I hate that movie,
Really?
and probably just because everybody loves it so much.
Right.
But yeah, it almost became like a poke the bear thing. It's
Right.
it's like I don't know why I hate that movie so much, but yeah,
I saw a meme on Facebook that said they should re-release like Groundhog 2 Day and then just play that one.
just do it again.
That's like- that would be so
Yeah.
classic.
Just kidding. It's still going. Y'all thought he got out.
That's
but he
the first time I've heard that one.
Yeah.
You didn't say Star Wars, so I don't have to hate you now. That's good.
Yeah,
so,
no, I like Star Wars.
No.
I like
You
the
know-
original ones better. Than
Oh,
the
the original ones are the best.
Yeah.
The first three they hit.
Yeah.
It's lightning in a bottle. They'll never recreate that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Gilbert, what's a movie everyone loves that you can't stand?
Well, I don't know what everybody loves for movies. I'm just not a big, what do you call it? The
Movie buff.
hairdressing where the Julia Roberts and
Like fried green tomatoes.
no,
Pretty
Steel
Woman?
Magnolias.
Still Magnolias.
Oh, I've never seen it.
See, I just there's so many people. It's like, ooh, it's coming on. I'm gonna go mow the lawn, but it's December. I don't care. I'm gonna go mow the lawn. It's never been a movie I've liked. And,
Right.
I mean, and
It's pretty girly.
it is pretty girly.
I've
so,
never seen it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
but yeah, I've had to watch it, and I won't again. you
Right,
know.
right. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've heard some pretty bad ones. Dempsey, I always pick on Dempsey. It said Caddyshack, and everybody's
What?
like,
Even I like Caddyshack.
yeah. Groundhog Day is a shocking. That's a shocking answer, though, Dana. That's
Yeah.
like pretty great.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Bill Murray, man.
No.
Yeah,
On bad movies.
Yeah.
No.
No wonder why
No.
she always leaves when I play.
that's what it is.
like,
So there's a theory. They always do like movie theories out there.
Mm-hmm.
They say that Ned Nederson is the devil, and it's because it's not until he accepts the offer for a good insurance policy that he gets to get out of the loop. So
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? That guy. Yeah.
Yup.
He's the devil. So all right.
That's funny.
All right. Gilbert, we'll stick with you. This one, if you guys want to add a question to this, by the way, let me know.
okay.
A lot of people are. This one was by Matt Gordon. This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Gilbert, how would you explain color to a blind person?
So, it was 2 days ago, I think I was thinking about this, and I was reaching in the freezer at the store, and I've had a week of accidents, and I jammed my thumb, and so I closed my eyes, and I knew what I was going for, and I reached in, and I'm like, it's cold.
Yeah.
So it just hit me, and I'm like, oh, this is how I'm going to explain it. And so you grab an ice cube, and you put it in their hand, and you kind of explain that this is like blue,
Right.
white, so on and so forth.
Right.
Hot stone is red, and so you take grass, and this is green, so on and so forth. and there was a movie out that had a bunch of this stuff.
The Mask.
The Mask.
Yep.
And so I worked with a guy that was colorblind. And so the DMV, he had a CDL. And they're like, well, how in the hell, how did you pass it? And he goes, well, we don't put red lights at the bottom and green lights on top. It's right or left or up or down. So he goes, I can see the light. If it's in the middle, it's yellow.
That's true.
So so common sense. That's where dandelions, sunflowers yellow, so on. And so I just kind of picked through all that, and that's how I came up with it. I don't know if it'd be that great or but
Right.
I mean, I was like, okay, so that's kind of fun. He's trying to think of the colors and I got into a little, I think it was yesterday, I got a little joking with myself about pulling out a box of crayons. It's like, okay, now explain these colors to them.
Yeah.
And that's when I stopped. I'm like, okay, I got the gist.
Kurt Worth said, hand him a bag of Skittles and tell him to taste the rainbow. That was his answer. So
there you go. Taste,
works.
that's the rainbow. Yeah.
And this has been the toughest question so far on this podcast.
This is tough.
And if you know Matt Gordon, you'll appreciate why it's a tough question, because it came from Matt Gordon.
That's how his brain goes. He's
That's
a very
true.
deep thinker.
He is too. Which is why Matt doesn't get to do any more questions on this podcast. So, all right, Dana, how would you explain color to a blind person?
So, you got to play on other senses. So my brain pictured the box of scented markers.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a first. Yeah.
You like, one smells like a banana. Okay, there's yellow. And brown probably was chocolate or bark or shit.
Right.
I don't know. But
Right.
green was good.
This could mean a lot of things. So,
But so it'd be, playing on the senses. They could smell everything.
Yeah.
So you just have to, okay, here's a...
like a scratch and sniff.
the box of scented markers.
Yeah. I've heard some pretty wild answers to this. Someone had like rhythm or like frequency.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was taste. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like minty, something minty for green.
Would be
Something.
green.
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking on the same thing, but I was like, well, colors, a sense, so feel, touch,
Right.
taste,
It'd be interesting to talk to a blind person and see exactly how my mom has a blind friend, and so you can explain things to her, and she has images in her head, but it'd be interesting.
I was wondering if they did, because how would you?
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand. I mean, you have to talk to someone who actually goes through it. So pretty wild, man. But that question has kicked everybody's ass on this podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt Gordon.
Yeah, thanks, Matt Gordon. If you watch Matt's episode, though, that's Matt. Matt's great. He's fantastic.
he is.
So, it's the last time I'll say that about him, though. So, all right, Dana, we're gonna stick with you. Dana, what's a talent that you wish came naturally to you?
I wish I was more artistic. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say, I wish I could just sit down at the piano and play, but for me, I would love to be able to draw and paint.
Yeah.
And my grandpa tried really hard to teach me, because he was an artist, and he threw his hands up and handed me back to my mom. But like, nope, she's not going to get it. But I wish I could
just draw and be artistic.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching Ink Master, the tattoo show, and I'm so amazed at some of the artistic talents of these people. I mean, some of the stuff they come up with, I'm like, wow, simply wow. That's a great answer. And is that your grandpa was the mayor? Is that grandpa?
Yep. Yep. And he was an artist, so I've got a house full of paintings that he
was he the goat guy?
He was the goat guy as well.
And that's the guy that ran Brush, Colorado for a while. That's where we're from. So, all right, Gilbert, your turn, buddy.
Yeah.
What's a talent that you wish came naturally to you?
I don't want to piggyback, but I think that was kind of similar. I think maybe even more like vocalist, like singing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm super good at it.
Yeah.
But nobody ever hears me, know. So, and that's kind of tongue in cheek, but
in his head.
No, I mean because with that, I feel like you're going to be more outgoing anyway.
Right.
I am a super serious guy most of the time, and it just comes. I think it just comes from my upbringing and whatnot. So, when I travel and do things, it's time to relax and it's time to kind of let go, and that's where it's like, well, if I could do that, just like, we do the, we don't, she does the karaoke. I'm just
just kill it.
not a karaoke guy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
God, no. I mean, give me enough to drink, I'll probably do
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Everybody is. Yeah.
That's,
Everybody can sing with
yeah.
enough alcohol.
but with that drunken courage without drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Where's the fun in that?
right. Well, but just being able to put yourself out there in that sense.
Right,
So
right.
I think that's where I'd go. And then I think it would just kind of hinder on, if it came naturally, I feel like I'd probably be more outgoing with it.
Right.
I mean, I have my, I don't know. I could dive down a well on this one, but yeah, that's kind of what I would be. I'd do the arts and
Yeah.
and just I'm creative as cooking,
Yeah.
but that's only
Yes.
that's
Yes,
one
you are.
that's one side.
Yeah.
It's like putting that out in other categories.
There's a movie, I can't remember the name of it now. It's where they start their own college.
Yeah.
The kids
Oh,
start
yeah.
the college.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
Accepted.
that
It's
called?
Accepted. Yep,
Yep.
that's
And
it.
there's the stoner
Something
kid
like
who does the cook. And all he does is make up new things that nobody's ever heard of.
And they
Every
eat it.
time I see it, it's like, it's Gilbert. That's Gilbert. Minus the stoner. That's Gilbert.
Yeah.
So that
Hey,
comes very naturally to you. That is being sober to do. It's very natural to you.
Yeah.
This kid
Yeah.
needed the marijuana to do it. Gilbert.
No, I don't. I can cook without the marijuana.
Yeah, that's good. So, great answer. The most interesting answer I had with that question is patience
Oh,
as a talent. And that's true.
that's
Yeah,
a very
absolutely.
good answer.
Yeah, I never thought about that one. There's people come up with some pretty crazy answers here that I don't think of, so pretty
Yeah.
great. So.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're going to stick with you. This
Uh-oh.
one comes from Brandon Lake.
Oh God.
Came out with this one. So,
Does this one have to plead the fifth on?
you can if you want to. What in life do you take for granted the most?
Truthfully, everything.
Yeah,
I take everything for granted. I mean, to some form, to some level,
of course.
it's like the blessings, the things that come easy, the things that it's just. Yeah, I say that's. I mean, it's such a quick answer, but
Right.
yeah, I have. I put enough thought into that. It's like when we bought this place and started and we used to travel probably once a month, go somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd go to San Francisco and just sit on a restaurant and watch people walk by.
Yeah,
We'd go to Arizona, we'd go here, we'd go to this, and I took it for granted because it
Right.
was just, it was like, but now that we're not doing it because we're so busy doing other things with work
Right.
and whatnot, the appreciation with taking things for granted,
Right.
and so if you don't appreciate them when you're doing them, then it's just really not going to give you any, worth,
right.
So I feel like that, for me, that's, I just think I take everything at in some level. I take everything for granted.
It's funny until you don't really realize you do until someone asks the question, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think, and you're like, yeah, I really do,
Yeah.
I'll tell you my favorite answer so far given to this one. But Dana, what do you take for granted the most in life?
Well, you don't know what you got until it's gone.
Right.
But my answer for this one was being born in America.
Yeah.
Like, I look at all these people. I mean, I could have been born anywhere,
Right.
but I was lucky enough to be born right here.
Yeah.
We really don't have to. In the big scheme of things, we don't have to fight for a lot. We,
Right.
we're not being shot at every day, and well,
Right.
some people might be. Luckily, we live in
Yeah.
brush, but I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just being born in this country
Yeah.
is a blessing. I mean,
Yeah.
it could have been, I could be Ethiopian. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with Ethiopians,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but having to,
But it's not as good as America. Let's not.
yeah,
we got
I
it
can't.
better
You
here,
can't just go have a cheeseburger if
Right.
you want one.
Right.
But-
Yeah. We live in a country you can sit in the basement of a pizzeria and just say whatever you want into a microphone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
You don't
yeah.
get it.
Or you
You
can-
don't get to just speak your mind everywhere. You
We're-
can just.
We were talking about you could just go to the bathroom and flush the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't do that.
Yeah.
Or get a glass of water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So far, my favorite answer was air.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I thought, what a generic answer, but I'm like, that's actually
Yeah.
the actual answer. That's,
Yeah. something you don't think about. But yeah, if it wasn't there, you definitely notice.
It's like that old saying, air is like sex. It's only important you're not getting any.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Great answers. So Dana, we're going to stick with you. Dana, what's the one thing about your job that you wish more people understood? What do you do for a living?
Which one?
Pick one.
Pick one. Well, I'm a finance manager at a nonprofit.
Okay.
I'm also a mayor.
Yep.
And, then there's this place.
Right.
But, there's not a whole lot exciting about being a finance manager. So the first thing that came to mind was when I being mayor, people seem to think I have all kinds of power.
Right.
I had a guy call me one time all pissed off because he got a DUI because he fell off his bike in front of I don't know, probably shouldn't go too deep in case he's watching, but yeah, he thought I could get him out of this DUI. And all I could think was, okay, the more you're telling me, the more I think that you probably deserved your DUI.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's a process, and you get what you get, and the police have to do their. I can't just call them and say, hey, I'm pretty sure this guy wasn't drunk.
This is Mayor Sherman. 64379 code.
It's like, I don't have a lot of power. We can pass ordinances and about it. I can't get you out of a ticket. I can't.
I'm also on the city council, and that would probably be one of my answers too, I guess. I have to tell people, I'm one of 7 votes, man. I mean, you better convince 3 more people besides me. You know what I mean? And that's how that's going to happen. Because if
politics.
Yeah. That's a great answer. I think that everybody should have to be on the city council at least for a year.
Yep.
It's changed my view on a lot of things.
Yeah, it's definitely eye-opening.
Very eye-opening, and so people can understand what exactly they do, more about your government, more about how you're going to live your life, where your taxes are spent, all that stuff. You know, it's crazy. People, and God bless them. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I think everybody should have to.
Yeah.
Like other countries make all men join the military for 2 years. You know what I mean? I mean, ultimately, that's probably a good thing, but it is what it is. So great answers. Great answers. Gilbert, what's one thing about your job that you wish more people understood? What do you do for a living? What job are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's what I kind of feel like, contracting, construction work, that's, I think it's, I guess if I touched on that one, it's just the safety of people on the road, and every day we're out, not just me, but across the country, the world, if you will.
Right.
And that 2 minutes or 3 minutes of annoyance that you're going to get for having to wait in traffic and causes you to flare up and run somebody over because you're pissed off.
Right.
Number one is we're only out there because we're trying to support our families and do a job, and we are not closing this road because we are trying to piss you off. I think that is, and so if I wanted them to understand that it's construction workers, contractors, firefighters, police officers, if they're blocking traffic, it's not because they're after you about making your day worse. I mean, obviously, there's something needs to be done, and so I'm personally get annoyed, but I also am the one doing 25 when it says 25.
Yeah,
I'm not doing 15 over when it says 25.
Right.
And I always have traffic behind me. And I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so I know what these guys are doing, and yes, it's disrupted my day, but I think if I could put that into anybody's, honestly, that's it. It just, we are not there to just make your day. We're not doing it on purpose. It's not specifically done to upset you. It's, the roads in Colorado suck. Yeah. I think one of the things that we talk about doing is going to the state line where it says "Welcome to Colorado" and just put "rough roads ahead" all the way.
Rough roads ahead for the next state.
Yeah, and I mean that's Colorado, and so and there's a lot of other states have bad roads, but I drive these ones most, so it's like. There are just so many. So anyway, so that's where I'm digressing back to that. If we don't do our jobs to upset you, it's literally because things have to get done. And we're closed. We've closed one of the fourth busiest intersections in Greeley for the last week and a half.
Oh.
It's horrible. And
Right.
So today we finally got to the point where we can get it paved and asphalted and open up before this next week. And
Right.
and it's been flip-offs and
Oh, sure.
and
Sure.
it's like, yeah, we really, it's
Just
not
trying
doing
to
it
get
for
it
that
Yeah,
reason, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
So if they understood it, that's yeah, it's just like somebody going to the warehouse and loading pallets for somebody else's trucks that
Right.
nobody ever sees. It's like you're doing your job for that,
Sure.
you know what I mean? So
I like this question a lot because of that answer and stuff like that. Because we all piss people off on a daily basis too. They're doing their jobs and we get irritated with them. And so you have to step back and look, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
when I drive that tanker, it's 70 feet long, and when it's loaded, it's about 65 tons.
yes,
And people whip around me. I mean, I'm like, all right, you're not going
I
to win this
can't
fight, just so
stop.
you know. Yeah, I can't just stop on a dime. You know, or
Right.
when you pull out, it takes a while to get that thing to speed.
yeah,
It weighs 65 tons. You know.
yeah.
Same thing. I get flipped off on a daily basis.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a camera at me now, so I'm like, if I could hit you, I would.
Yeah, we put cameras in all of our units and everything,
Yeah.
and yeah, you'd just be surprised.
Yeah.
They talk a lot of negativity about trucks and their driving habits, but
Yeah.
the cars and the the incidents that we have to record or they
Yeah.
automatically start recording, it's pretty insane.
People are nuts, man.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are nuts. Yeah, and it'll only get worse. Every
Oh, I
car is
know.
going to have a camera.
Yeah.
Next 10 years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If it's a company car, like, yeah, it's going to have a camera.
Oh, yeah.
They're not fun to have, but it's, you
But
know,
insurance wise, it's
Yeah.
you have to. You know,
protect yourself, yeah.
I mean, we've been saved by them multiple times.
yeah, yeah.
So
You also got to remember you can't pick your nose anymore. You know, you got to wait till you're somewhere else. So, yeah. All right. This next one's fun. Gilbert,
yes.
if you were giving the commencement speech at a high school, what is the one piece of life advice you would give the kids?
That is so simple. And it's just wear sunscreen.
That's a great. That came up on the last one. Are you familiar with what he's talking about?
There's no champagne in the champagne room?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That was hard.
If I could
Take
offer
some
you
dollar
one,
bills. Take some dollar bills. Yeah.
if I could offer you one piece of advice, what would it be? It's wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, I mean
Are you talking about the song from
Yes.
the 90s? Okay. Okay.
that's exactly and
Oh, I'm talking about a different song.
We know, Mayor, what you're talking about.
honestly, I've been in the sun long enough that the harmful effects of it, and yeah, just simple. You're gonna have a better life if you wear sunscreen.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah, that's that song from the 90s, though, is very. It doesn't hold up, some of it, you know,
Yeah.
but some of the advice is spot on.
It's pretty
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I think that's simple. I mean, obviously, I would go in depth on why.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, it's like, it slows aging. It does. You know,
Yeah.
I've been sunburnt so bad it looked like I gained 10 years, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that was when we were in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This last, I had my class reunion this last, and I was out the
Oh, yeah, we saw.
float. Yeah.
You were
Red. I mean,
Yeah.
it was bright red, man.
Yeah.
Because I sat at the golf course with some friends out in the sun, thinking, "Oh, that's good, vitamin D, yay for me." Oh, shit.
yeah.
Where you couldn't bathe for a while because you're like the shower
Yeah,
was
that
just
hurts.
like crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what? Quit hitting me so hard.
And skin cancer ain't no joke, man.
No.
It'll take you out quicker than anything. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. All right, Dana, if you were giving the commencement speech at a high school, what is the one piece of life advice you would give the kids?
Oh, there's so much. But if I did narrow it down.
You can pick two if you want.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you gotta have two.
One, don't ruin your credit. It's hard to fix.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's one thing you take for granted in your 20s. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you don't realize how fast it goes bad and
Right.
how many years it takes to get it built back up again. But
Right.
also, based on my, my lack of self-confidence, is just don't live your life for somebody else. Live your life for you.
Yep.
Don't try to please everybody. Don't,
Right.
don't, just try to please you. Live for yourself.
Right.
Trust yourself. Do what you want to do.
Right.
Go after that career. Whether everybody says it's stupid,
Yeah.
just go ahead and do what you think you need to do, and you'll learn from your mistakes. If it wasn't the right thing, you can, you'll figure it out, and then you're going to learn from that, and you're going to be better off for it.
That's
So
great
yeah,
advice.
trust yourself and live for
Great
you.
advice. And I'd add to the part where not trying to please everybody else. That's coming at some age that'll be there anyway. You'll just stop caring.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
comes
now
a
you're
point.
bitter. And now you're bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do it. Not being bitter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you get to the point where you're just angry at
Yeah,
the world.
then you go through a midlife crisis at 33 years old. And,
Well, yeah. Well, that's definitely better than my answer, and
Dana?
I think at the end of the day,
I'm still working on this one.
if I would have went with my first answer, I probably wouldn't have got as much of a feedback. But if I'm going to stand up and tell you, class of 2025, don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, most of them are going to say, why?
Yeah. Or do. We don't kink shame
Yeah.
here on the Plead the Fifth podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, trust yourself.
Trust
Just
yourself.
do what you
Yeah.
got to do.
Yeah.
I think that it's crazy.
You
like
do
with the
you.
credit.
Yeah.
They don't teach kids the stuff they should teach kids, like how to fill out a loan application.
Yeah.
Well, how interest works. How to make them. You know what I mean? It's crazy because that's stuff that
Yeah.
almost
Making
all of them
payments
are
on time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking, okay, it's okay if I mean, it's just when you're playing bill roulette, you pay the ones that are going to ruin your credit first.
Right.
You don't pay your,
Right.
don't. It's just it's just something that's a hard lesson to learn.
Mom tried to teach me that lesson at 17, got me a credit card. And that was free money in Larry Lindster's book. I was like, Mom just handed me this piece of plastic and shit, you guys, I'd go and get gas and then some cigarettes and then some candy. And I told my buddies, you guys want anything on the free credit card? The free money Mom just handed me? Turns out
money
it wasn't
tree.
free, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the scariest thing I ever to tell her was that I think this is maxed out, Mom.
Yeah.
How's that happen,
My son Jake that was on here, he talks about his magic money card that he had in college. But his actually had money on it because he was there on scholarships, and they paid him to go to college, like he always said they would. But he's like, I'll pay for dinner. I got this magic card. It just everywhere I go, it works. There's just always money on it.
Please don't say that. Please don't say that, man. Please tell me you're joking. You don't believe that, Please tell me you don't like Joey off Friends in your apartment. This weird art and shit you paid top dollar for.
Yeah.
Those are great answers, though. Great answers. All right, Dana. What is the most awkward conversation you've ever had with your parents?
This was a hard one. I mean, I've had some awkward situations.
Right.
But conversations wise, I feel like my sister wins on this one. But
Really?
yeah, she was telling me about. I thought this could be a bull hooker, but because I don't want to talk about the awkward situations because it just doesn't make me look very good. But I remember my sister telling me about this conversation she had with my dad. So my parents got divorced, and I had already moved away. My sister was 2 years younger than me, so she was just graduating from high school, and my mom and dad had gotten divorced, and she joined the Army. But I think before she joined the Army, she'll have to correct me on this one, but she told my dad, she came home and said, I think I want to be a stripper. And my dad told her, because he was just the sweetest man on the planet. He's like, I don't like it, but I will support whatever you decide to do.
That's fantastic.
And I can just see my dad, all 105 pounds of him, just looking at her going with...
Try not
back
to cry.
the tears. I'll just support you.
Yeah.
It's just, I
I
don't
probably
agree
won't
with
come
it,
and watch you, but I will support you.
And she found other things to do. She decided not to be a stripper, but just the fact that she knew my dad was there for her no matter what. And
I think I'm not a father, but everybody I know it's a father. I think that's their one goal with the daughter is to keep her off the pole. That's the big thing, just to stop her from dancing.
And my most awkward thing involves my dad as well too. We had gone on vacation. I was like 16 years old, and we were in New Jersey. My mom's aunt had we were staying at my aunt's condo on the beach there. And we were there for a couple weeks, and I had met this boy, and he invited me on a date. And so I went on a date, and, I get home to find out that my mom had sent my dad out looking for me.
Oh, no.
And he made it clear he didn't see me. I'm pretty sure he did by the look on his face, but he's like, nope, didn't find you.
Why couldn't you just been a stripper like your sister?
And I was like, oh crap. He's like, nope. I didn't find her.
You may have cried. Where'd I go wrong? Where'd I go wrong? By the way, this is a question from Jacob Norris. I forgot to give Jake credit for it. Gilbert, what is the most awkward conversation you ever had with your parents?
No, so this is going to be a really challenging one, as my dad passed before I was born, and I'm the youngest of 12.
Oh, shit.
So when you coming up after the previous, there's no conversations that hadn't already been then had. Right. So I've had so many questions just asked. There was no conversations. And so I don't know, one of my brothers or sisters, I don't know, must have had an issue, or not an issue, an incident, and my mom just point blank asked me, and she goes, "Gilbert, were you and your girlfriend taking nude pictures of each other?"
This was before cell phones even.
Yeah. Someone's ahead of their time.
Polaroid. And I'm like,
hold on.
Well, Mom, how do I... I'm like, how do I even...
Okay, I gotta stop you. Were you taking naked pictures of each other, Gilbert? Was this a warranted question from your brother?
They were not naked. But for her to just bring that, I'm like, all right, which one of my siblings...
Told on me.
Well, no, that had done this.
Oh, or she didn't look for it.
And so she was like, so 2 packs of the Polaroid, the film's missing. Like, okay. So we went and took some pictures. Were they nude? No. But she just assumed, obviously.
Right.
But conversation, I mean, was probably longer than what I just, this little stint was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super quick. But it was like, which one, now I'm thinking the whole time, which one of my siblings has actually was caught taking nude pictures with their other, and it made me laugh, because I'm like, oh my God, Mom, I'm gonna, I'm done. This conversation is not, it's not happening. But I'm like, what the hell did I do with those Polaroids?
Did she find them?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I found them. I found them. But yeah, there was no nude. There was no nude.
Growing up in Brush, Colorado, we take our pictures to duck walls to get developed, right? That's where you'd go. I bet the people who managed duck walls or did the pictures saw
everything.
I guarantee they walk by people and be like, saw them naked.
Yep.
I've seen them naked.
Because you didn't get to preview that before you had them printed. No.
Maybe keep that guy away from our dog. Okay, that's all I'll say. So, I mean, you didn't get a preview. You remember, you'd get all excited, you'd open it up, want to look through your pictures, and somebody took their nudes in there. Somebody did. Some kid. Yeah.
I don't know if I should share this story. When I worked at Vero, a long time ago, this was before cell phones. I had a little guy bring me his flip phone, and he was trying to figure out how his camera worked.
Okay.
I don't know if I should share this. I'm going to share it anyway because it's kind of funny. But
no names.
But he was no names. I don't remember his name. But he was just this old guy with this flip phone that he was still trying to figure out.
Right.
And he's like, I keep taking pictures, but I can't figure out where they're going. So I
probably to Hell's Cabinet. That's where they're going.
I found the pictures, but he was just sitting here taking pictures of his lap, and he was naked. I'm like, okay, I could have gone my entire life without seeing that little turtle poking out of there, But I'm like, here they are.
Yeah. This was the trash can. That's the trash can envelope. Feel free.
Put them in there now.
Yeah.
And I just acted like I didn't say anything, but I was like, oh, he's gonna be so embarrassed when he realizes that that's what I saw.
Yeah. I know what your downstairs looks like, dude.
But he probably didn't even realize his camera was taking pictures. He was probably just pushing buttons. And...
you know what? I'll somewhat laugh at it, but I'll tell you what, these things are getting more and more advanced. So when I get older, I guarantee I'm doing something stupid with that without knowing. You know what I mean? We all are. So
100%.
Or when the camera goes in your eyeball or whatever they're going to do technology-wise,
it's going to be behind your ear for the phone.
Yeah, you got to be careful anymore because you never know where a camera's going to be. And
I just got this phone. And I'm shocked at how quick they transfer everything over. You know what I mean? But Same thing. I told them, you erased everything off my phone. Not that there's something I didn't want them to see, but who knows? You know what I mean? Password, whatever. Oh, yeah, we got you, buddy. I'm like, well, I guess I'll trust you. So.
Oh, they're going to save it on their device before they delete it all.
Yeah. There might be 3 or 4 Larry Lundstroms walking around, too. Shitting on my credit, you know what I mean? So, guess what? Beat you to it. The joke's on you. All right. Okay, Gilbert.
Yeah.
If you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
Oh my God, easy. KFC.
It's not Emporium Pizza, but
No, KFC.
Okay.
KFC.
Really?
Original. Mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, coleslaw.
Easy.
Easy. Oh, that was the easiest one of the whole.
Really?
Yep.
That was a quick one, man.
Oh man, it's like crack, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not a. So it's like something you get addicted to.
Sure.
I had it when it was in Morgan,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm gonna have KFC, and I'm super excited about when I can eat KFC. So it's like, I don't get KFC if that's it. A buddy of mine, I asked him that question today just to see what he said. He goes, a steak. I'm like, it's so easy.
Yeah.
I was thinking calamari, or I was thinking like crab legs. I'm like, nope, KFC.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I mean, the family bucket. If it's last
Yeah.
meal, I'm
Yeah.
getting the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm down in 12 pieces of chicken.
Yeah, you're not looking at the
And
carbs
the
anymore.
biscuits.
You're not looking at the carbs.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. And I mean, the large potatoes, large
Right.
gravy.
KFC is good. I tried Popeyes for the first time
Yeah.
probably 6 months ago. Yeah, I was not impressed.
We tried it up.
I did that too. I was
in-
so excited. I was like, oh, I've never had Popeyes. And I was so
Right.
excited. I was like, hey.
We ate it in Rapid City, and I'm like, I am not impressed.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Brighton has a new one too. It's a popular chain, not Church's, but
The wing or the chicken tender one.
yeah, what's the place called? It's
Yeah.
right there on the same side as like JC Penney and stuff when you
Yeah.
first come into Brighton.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it's not Church's Chicken.
No,
it's
it's,
the other the other
It's-
chicken place. I know which one you're talking
Yep,
about.
I know exactly
The
which one.
Louisiana.
I was gonna stop there for Christmas when I was shopping down there. I was gonna stop, and the line was just down the
It's
block.
ridiculous.
Or
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, man. People go nuts for Chick-fil-A. You know what Chick-fil-A is? Okay, and I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that with somebody, but that's
I like Chick-fil-A if I had a choice,
yeah, it's
but
okay.
for my last meal, it's KFC.
KFC,
Yep, and it's
the Colonel.
I couldn't tell you why. I mean, it's just when you can get all the flavors and the I mean, yeah, it's grease and whatnot.
Yeah,
Who cares? It's
Yeah,
your
at that
last
point, who
meal.
cares, you know?
I'm like, and like, give me a gallon of root beer too, because KFC or the one up in Denver, they had A&W with it, so you get
Nice.
A&W root beer. That'd be my. I know it's not fancy, but yeah. I was thinking, the chicken Alfredo. We have the best chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
And I finally got the cooks to, when they melt that butter and they get their cream in and they get the seasonings going and they do the time, they do the right timing and everything, and I'm like, every time I taste it, it tastes just like mine. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, nope, KFC still beats it.
KFC. All right.
So, yeah.
Dana, if you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
I love food. Pizza. No.
Yeah.
I do love pizza.
Yeah.
But my last meal would be lobster and his scallops. He
All right.
makes the best scallops.
Nice.
And seafood. Love seafood, but nobody makes scallops like he does. And
Thanks.
All right.
yeah, shrimp, lobster, and his scallops.
My scallops are pretty good.
They're pretty
All
good.
right. Well,
Yeah.
she's choosing to check out on them. So that's
Yeah,
good.
like,
I will
since
make
I'm
a-
here, cook me one more meal.
I will put a whole pan of them. Yeah.
We went to, when we were in Florida a couple years ago, I ordered scallops, and they were literally $15 a piece. Like $60 for four
of them.
scallops. And I was like, nope, they were not as good as his.
What's the secret?
Yeah,
Or is it a secret?
it's a secret.
Well, part of it's a secret, but you can't. Me personally, I will not cook a scallop anything but a cast iron. It's got to be a cast iron.
All right.
Yep, and yeah,
All right.
and it's my cast iron, so it's not like everybody has the same flavorings and
Right. You don't wash it
seasoning.
then.
No.
yeah,
no.
I'm not allowed to touch it. Every time he cooks anything in the cast iron, he'll leave it on the counter. He's like, "Don't touch it. I'll wash it."
Well,
I'm like,
that's more
"Okay."
because I don't want you to have to.
He doesn't want me to ruin it.
I don't want to have.
He's like, because I care about you, babe. It's like, no, it's not. That's not what it is.
It's only because of love. you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Last question, Gilbert. What's the last thing that reminds you that you were getting older? Did we talk about this earlier? Is that the answer?
No.
Okay.
Well, so it's something as simple as getting out of bed, and like I get up this morning early to go to work, and it's just I have to put my elbow on the bed and use my other arm to push myself up. And I'm like, when did that become a thing? And then I started thinking back. I'm like, that's every morning. I just don't sit up out of bed, and it's like I got to work to get out of bed, or get down, and I have to use something to help me up, like a chair or whatnot. And if I'm getting up on my own, it hurts a lot different than it used to. So, I think it's just those crutches now.
Yeah.
It's like there's little things that I'm noticing that I'm doing that I just never had to.
Right.
We have in our kitchen, we have these really tall cabinets, and so I put stuff that we don't use a lot on the very top, and sometimes Dana needs something, and I used to be able to just
I can reach like the first shelf. That's it.
And I put this up there in the top, and I was sitting there. She wanted something, and I was like, "Oh, I got it." I had to get in the damn drawer and get a spoon so I could get it. 2 years ago,
And then
I
he's
didn't
like, "Oh, you got a spasm."
I got a spasm on my back. I'm like, I can't reach that far anymore.
Right,
I'm like, oh my God, I got to do some yoga or something, or
It's awful.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not going to help.
No, I know.
It's not going to help. So.
It's just gonna hurt worse.
Oh, I'm telling you. I'll give you my answer in a second. But Dana, what's the last thing that reminded you that you were getting older?
I looked in the mirror.
Oh,
It's
stop.
like, yeah,
You're
I'm like, okay, I'm
beautiful.
starting to
Oh
get
my
like
God.
these little wrinkles here. Every time I look in the mirror, like I gain weight, I lose weight, and then I gain weight, and every time I lose it, it shows up in different places. It's
I'm
like
telling you.
my body is like changing shapes. It's like, what the hell? It's like, yeah. And then
sucks.
I'll see pictures of myself, and I'm like, that's not how I remember myself.
Right.
I'm like,
She still looks good. So
Yeah, thanks. But
You look
yeah,
younger than me, Dana. That's and you.
I'm definitely not younger than you.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, but you look younger than me. So that's the thing. So, mine was stuff that I can't eat before bed now. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like-
can't sleep past 5 because I gotta pee.
Yes, exactly right. But I'm saying like, ooh, that's gonna give me heartburn. That's gonna be
Yeah.
oh, that's not gonna mix well. I've never. I always look at me. I've never been that guy. It's like just eat the pizza, drink the 12-pack of beer, and go to bed, Larry. You know,
Yeah.
now it's like, ooh, better be sensible.
not
see,
gonna do that.
and I don't. That doesn't bug me. That part. I mean, I'll go and then I'm up.
Right.
Especially our dogs. There's one that will get me up. Normally at like 1 and 4:30 to 5:30.
Right.
And but I'm still doing this to get up out of bed and
Right.
and whatnot. And then when I get on the floor, it's like, God, when did gravity become so much heavier?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm kind of like limping to the door to let him out.
He doesn't even try to wake me up. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go.
And so I started laughing. It's like, well, yeah, I can drink, eat, whatever, but
Yeah.
it doesn't change or affect the
Right.
we come down here and I'm bringing stuff down the stairs. I'm using the handrail.
Yeah.
When did I become that guy?
Yeah.
You know, it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
now I'm concerned about falling down the stairs. So I'm consciously now. Oh, I better hang on. Well, wait. Now you got a 50-pound thing on you got to hang on and carry it.
Right. Right.
And so my mind has to start retraining itself to now I got to be safe.
Right.
Yep. I mean,
Falling hurts a lot worse.
Yes,
than
it
it
does.
used to.
And you don't do it gracefully.
No.
At all.
No.
You cartoonish every time.
I was 30. What was I? I was 32, 35, something like that. Fell off the top of a 14-foot truck, and I was going head first, and I just slipped. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, and I was hurrying. I was young, and I was just
Yeah.
hurrying. And as I was heading down, there was just rung, and I was just able to just get it to change my trajectory, and
Right.
I landed on my side. And cracked. What do you call it? Like not your skull, but your jawline.
Okay.
Not a break or anything, but
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if I would have went head first, I probably wouldn't be here. And I'm like, I didn't think about it. I got up after I fell. I ran into the office, grabbed my paperwork, and I headed out.
Right.
And I'm like, now I would have been laid up for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
you know? Or
I'm telling you.
yeah.
Sometimes you just get like muscle cramps. You'd have no clue why.
Yeah.
You know?
You're just walking along, and all of a sudden it's like, what?
God, what's happening?
That's what she was talking about, the back spasms. I'm reaching for, I'm like, wait, Now I can get it.
My toes cramp watching TV. It's like, yeah.
Yep, she'll start. Yeah, it's like, oh God, that's us. Yeah, it's like, oh wow, what happened? Cramp. Oh,
I bought a brand new mattress because mine was like old. I was like sleeping on a prison mattress more or less. So I bought a mattress super soft. So now I turtle myself sometimes. Like I can't. Like trying to pull myself out. It's so bad.
No.
I got to roll like on the floor.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, not everybody will see it, but I have to admit we have some steps for our dogs because the bed's super high. I've had to use the steps a couple times. It's like, what in the heck? So, yeah. So, here's a good point. We're past our halfway point of life, you know. So it's like we got to be looking at quantity now, or quality.
Quality. Yeah.
That's why this question's gonna be a fun one for the next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It's funny because you think you're 23 still.
Yeah.
With everything, even when you go drinking, you're like, I got this, and then it's like a couple of beers into, you're like, ooh, am I?
We're 21 when we drink.
Yeah, I definitely have hit that wall. Like, oh crap, I can't do that. Like
we just
I
can't
used
do
to.
it when we're out.
Yeah, we have to stay home and do it.
Yeah, we do it. So like 7-Eleven, 4th of July. You know, it'll be off the hook, but it'll be at home.
Yeah. No, I get it.
We have a big house. That way people can just bring their tents and camp. And,
sleep on the lawn. Yeah. For the comedy show, Chris, the manager out there, loves to hook my drink up. You know what I mean? She's like, you want Jack and 7, Jack and Coke, Larry? I'm like, he's single, Jack. One day they gave me a stiff one. It was Yukon and 7. And I drink it, and I get on stage, and that's when I realize, am I drunk right now? Because I thought
they spiked it.
How's the movie? Shit. My mouth wasn't working. You know? Like, this next guy he's great.
Super funny.
Yeah.
Fantastic, you know?
Whatever his name is, come on out.
And then I see myself like wandering. Like my mind started to. I'm not paying attention to shit at this point.
Yep.
And I had the one heavy drink. You know, so
that's crazy.
That had to be a good one.
Yeah, I do. I'll do a double Jameson, and I'm two sheets to the wind, where it's like, my care is gone.
Tolerance.
Yeah.
I used to drink Yukon Jack in my 20s when I worked at that club. It's 100 proof. It's power your car. I remember drinking a bottle of it one night. You know what I mean? Like just getting down, and I thought I wouldn't even dream of even like a bottle of wine like that. It's just you get older and you just got to start watching.
Yeah,
it's
everything.
It's like so tough. When you told me not to drink the slushies at the when we went to Vegas.
That Fat Tuesdays. Did you not listen to me, Dana?
Well, I can't drink rum. Oh, and so I was like, well, I want the other stuff. And then I get back and you tell me that it's Everclear. I'm like, that explains a lot.
Did you get the 190 octane?
Yeah.
Oh, Dana,
because I can't drink rum. I'm napping in the middle of the day.
I can't take it.
She literally was. I mean, that's for. I mean,
but
if
I
was.
Rallied.
That was.
Oh my god, dude.
It's like I didn't realize that.
It's so. Did they put the extra shot in it?
Probably. I'm sure I asked for that.
They put like the little test tube of Everclear, so it soaks in when you drink it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Beth, what's up, Beth? And her husband Manny's from Vegas. And I told him I can drink. I'm not a little girl, you know. So he says, my friend Larry will take a 190 octane. He's not a little girl, so the shot, please, you know. I drank that, and I told him I'm gonna get another one. He goes, no. Get something different. So I got the Southern Comfort one. I was staying at Excalibur. Found my friends in New York. Went walking across that skyway and then fell down. There was no hole.
That's where we were.
There was no hole. There was no lump. There was a smooth sidewalk, and I just fell down. Then I guess I came up swinging because I don't know if it was like a prison thing I thought was happening right now. But, you know, so my friend Jason Miller, what's up, Miller, followed me back to the hotel room. He said like this, like if it was a mile to my hotel room, I walked 4. You know, so it was like, like a shark, bud. He said to get my key in the hole. Finally got in the bedroom, laid on the bed, fell on the floor, and that's where I woke up the next day. Like, what is going on right now? So don't drink. Fat Tuesdays is evil as shit. Don't do it, man.
It is.
Well, here's the thing. She didn't have 1. She had 2.
And you're half my size, Dana.
But she also lost like 3 days in her mind.
Oh, yeah.
It was only like 3 hours, but she did lose like 3 days.
I thought we were getting up to go on the plane.
Yeah.
And it was just that night.
They're tasty.
They are tasty.
Yeah.
And I did the roller coaster.
Oh,
and,
yeah, you're braver than I am.
Yeah,
I would've-
sober I would not.
We did
have
it
done
twice.
That. Yeah.
Were you hungover on the plane home?
No.
No, not too
Because
bad.
that's the worst thing you could ever do. Don't ever be hungover. I was just telling
Yeah.
this story. My friend, we'll call her Amy.
How's it going, Amy?
There was a bunch of us in a group, and I was sitting here, and she was across the aisle, one up there, still hungover. When the plane's pulled off, I see her do this.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
And I'm like, do it. So if I have to do it, I'm like, it's because she did it.
Yeah.
It's because she did it, you know? And to watch her go. And I can only imagine the look on the face of the person next to her is like, you had
don't
better
you
not.
dare.
You get that bag, yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
that's uncomforting.
Oh.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
like-
horrible.
Nothing
No.
worse than that.
Well, guys, those are our 12 questions. What did you think?
That's fine.
I think that was pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a couple that I was like, nah, I'm going to come up with something, but it's not going to be in depth or whatever. But I thought,
Cool.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Different than the original
Bull
Booker.
Hooker.
Yeah,
This is easier for people to do too.
Yeah.
It's more laid out for them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they
They-
start to think of the questions. You know, it's kind of
So-
but this is the point where I say thank you to the Brush Emporium. But since we have two owners of the Brush Emporium here, I'll let you guys have a few words about the Emporium. But I will say, 210 Clayton Street. If you like the podcast, these people support the podcast. I talk about these people like you're like these people, but they do. They support the podcast. They give us this great space in here in the basement to have our podcast. 210 Clayton Street, family-owned business. But what's going on at the Emporium right now?
We're getting ready to come up on our 2-year anniversary, so we're
awesome.
gonna have. Well, it's on a Tuesday, Monday or something. So we're gonna have our celebration on March 29th
Right.
Yeah.
because I'm out of town the following weekend,
All right.
so I gotta
All
be
right.
here. So, oh, we're both out of town the following weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're not letting me go this
No,
time.
you're coming with me this
Yeah,
time. so.
yeah.
So we'll be out of town the next weekend. So we're having it on the 29th.
Okay.
Yep. And
So we'll do some specials and
we're giving away free ice cream.
some-
Come
Nice.
get
Yeah.
a free full scoop. Yep.
do free ice cream all day.
We'll have hot dogs, free hot dogs, that kind of stuff. We launching our new flatbread menus.
Oh wow.
Some of our newest ones are the Mediterranean. We've got the teriyaki chicken, and my favorite is the chicken cordon bleu.
Nice.
Oh,
it's
yeah. I was gonna say that for my last meal, but it still didn't beat the KFC. So yeah, and we're always, we're not a corporate restaurant like McDonald's, so we can
Right.
adjust, and so it's just doing things like chicken strips that we didn't do them yesterday, but we can today.
Right.
And did chicken strips and macaroni and cheese, or
Riley's created some French fries that are pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're, we get the potatoes in, she cuts them, and we cook them. They're lights out though.
good.
So it's like there's always something new, and that's one thing I love that. It's because when you have a commercial kitchen, you can do stuff.
Right.
And and I think we're pretty excited. We're blessed from the community, our supporters. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you for sticking by us for 2 years, and hope to
Right.
be around for 20 more.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is my retirement. So
Yeah.
Well, this is where we want to work when
Me too.
when we grow up. This is where we want to work. So
Yeah.
So
And I also bring up the fact that try everything here. The girl I'm dating, we got the pizza last week, and she was blown away at how good it was. She,
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
that's reason we're coming here Saturday with her kids. So, but also if you look on the far wall, on the north wall, they have games, old school board games here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
bring the family out for an old school night. You know how you used to do it back in the day.
Yeah.
Get them away from the PlayStation, bring them out to 210 Clayton Street. Right? It's a nice open place. So
Yep.
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
great. And you got to remember, if you don't support small town business, it goes away.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, then you're just stuck with all the corporate stuff. So
Yep.
Yep.
you gotta be very careful of that. you
Yeah,
know?
we do need all the support we can get.
That's
so
right.
we appreciate it.
So if you want a pizza, come down to the Emporium, or pasta. What else do you guys have? The wings, the breadsticks. You doing the frozen yogurt still this summer or no?
Hopefully,
Yeah,
bring it back.
yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need support on the frozen yogurt because it got to where we were throwing away more than we were selling.
Yeah,
It just got
yeah.
to be too expensive because you have to clean that thing out every
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
And so if we sell one ice cream cone and then we got to drain it, it's,
Kills it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like okay,
And obviously we want to have stuff that people want, obviously,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But one of your buddies from Wiggins comes and gets our wings when he helps you out.
Oh, Josh Finley.
Josh, and they'd go to Greeley to get wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he goes, "I'm coming here now."
He does come here.
Yeah, and I'm like, if you haven't tried them, I mean, they're not as expensive. They're just the same size,
Right.
And we oven roast them, but
Right.
we do get a crisp on them, so that's not the issue. It's I mean, the wings are actually a little surprising to people when
They're delicious, man. The garlic pepper. That's what's up, man.
I when I order my own food, because you think you would get sick of it.
Right.
I love our wings. I love our cauliflower crust. I mean, those are other ones that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's.
Yeah, hopefully we can bring in the soft serve again, and it's fun
Yeah.
to have all the flavors. We have this gelato thing in the back of the store. If you've
Okay.
seen it, it holds like 30
I think it's
flavors
30.
of gelato.
Really?
And so we're hoping to get that thing up and going and
Right.
be able to bring in some.
Bring some gelato in, and
Because I looked at how many flavors we could get. I mean, there's some yummy stuff. I got really excited. So
Right. And what we talk about is corporate pizza is all about the same pizza.
yeah.
It's all about the same. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
not much different in it, but the pizza here is just different. Or as
Yeah.
Freddie from the hot dog stand, it just hits different. I don't know what that means. He's pretty impressed when he says it. It just hits different, bro. It's different. So that's a compliment, I do believe. If
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and I think that's one of the things is we've had people come in and it's we like your crust. I don't ever eat the crust. Well, you can go that
Right.
lot.
yeah, some
but-
people say they always leave the crust, but they'll finish all of
it's
ours.
good for us. Yeah.
but it's not as greasy. We don't use all the oils. We don't so we're
Right.
trying it's not. It's pizza. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not gonna go wrong per se.
Right.
But if you don't like the pizza, I mean, we got some pretty amazing salads.
Right.
There's not much on the menu that I wouldn't eat.
Right.
I think anchovies is probably. I would eat it, but it's just something that.
Right.
There's people that like them.
I've
So
never tried it, man.
yeah,
I get the Huntsman every time.
that's
I should try more of the pizza here. I don't. I just get the Huntsman.
Huntsman's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably our most popular one.
That's
Yeah.
it is. It's
Yep.
and you want to know a little small fact? Wings are our biggest seller.
Really?
Pizza sells more than
Sure.
anything, but individually we have like our Huntsman, our Supreme, whatnot.
Sure.
Wings is the number one individual seller.
Because like a guy like me, when you get off work, you don't want a whole pizza.
Yeah.
So like 10 wings is perfect.
Oh man,
you know what I
that's
mean?
yeah. Yep.
Price is good. The garlic pepper, like once again, it's all I ever order. So I can't tell you how the other wings are here, but the garlic peppers are awesome. So
Oh man, I tell you what, we got some pretty amazing wing sauce. So yeah.
Well, Josh will be here Tuesday doing a podcast. So
Awesome.
there's some sort of he'll put his order in, and he'll be like, we gotta wrap this up. 'Cause,
Yep.
Yeah, I got some wings upstairs.
I got food losers.
We will make some just like we do. We make them all special. So
Okay, 210 Clayton Street
And
though.
Tuesday is bingo night as well.
Every
So-
other or every.
Every other. So this coming Tuesday?
this coming Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday, we
So-
have bingo.
What time does it start?
6.
6
o'clock.
Six.
Second
Yep.
and fourth Tuesdays.
And it's
we've
got the progressive jackpot, which is over $1,200, I believe.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dan Scalise was saying that last week. It was but the biggest one you had yet, right?
yeah, this is we're
Yeah.
at the largest.
Yeah.
And being just starting,
Yeah.
that's great. So you live in Brush and you're looking for something to do. It's like come and win $1,000.
Yeah, come on, win some cash,
Yeah.
because eggs aren't getting any cheaper, so might as well
Yeah,
help with that,
that's right.
So
Yeah.
but anyway, 210 Clayton Street, guys. Please make sure you support these guys. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on.
thank
for
you.
having
That
us.
was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun. So
Yeah.
you guys can come back every 12 episodes. That's what's nice
All
about this podcast. Just the questions. I take one off and add one every episode. So
Okay.
that's how that works. So
Very
if you
good.
have one at home, send it to me. I'd love to hear a question from you. Ed Goff sent me one that's going to go on in here in 2 episodes. So
Okay.
he's the first one to actually send one in like that. So pretty cool. But thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.